Welcome to Great Lakes Outdoors, everyone. I'm your host, Rob Trott. On this week's show, we're going to show you part one of a multi-part adventure we completed on New Zealand's North Island. This week, we'll be showing you some of the sights and sounds of our travels throughout the country and finish it off with our arrival at Alpine Hunting Adventures and a monster wapiti taken by Art Corson. So you stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of this very special show from Down Under, right here on your Great Lakes Outdoors. Back in late March, the Great Lakes Outdoors crew experienced a trip of a lifetime when Shane Quinn of Alpine Hunting Adventures invited us to the North Island of New Zealand to hunt the unbelievable red stag, along with fallow and sika deer, as well as wapiti. Our trip started when Kevin and Kim Anthony, along with Dave Hanley, arrived a day ahead of the rest of us to do a little sightseeing before the hunt was to begin. New Zealand is the second largest South Pacific landmass and consists of three main islands, namely the North Island, where we would be, the South Island, and Stewart Island. Nearly 3.5 million people inhabit the country, with around 70% of these living on the North Island. The nearest other country is Australia, some 1,800 miles east. New Zealand was first settled by the Maori sometime prior to 750 AD. In 1769, Captain James Cook is credited as making the European exploration of New Zealand. Today, New Zealand is a vibrant, multicultural society, the country both unique and breathtaking in sights, sounds, taste, and adventure. The country's economy is dependent on industry, with its main exports being dairy, meat, and wool products. The importance of farming is clear to visitors as the hills are dotted with thousands of sheep and cattle. Let's join Kevin, Kim, and Dave checking out their car at the Auckland airport.
Well, here we are with our Ford Falcon station wagon. Jeez.
That's good.
Well, I'm glad we got a full-size car anyway.
You wanted to get one like this, didn't you?
Yeah, we're down under, it goes the other way.
Oh, that's right. Everything goes clockwise. I don't know.
Well,
it looks like a Taurus.
yeah. What day is it?
I don't know what day it is.
Steering wheel's on the wrong side of the road. You deliver mail for 11.
After loading up the Ford Falcon, the guys experienced driving on the wrong side of the road for the first time.
What are you doing driving on that side of the road?
Hey, I just thought I'd do it.
There's a bunch of sheep. There are a bunch of white rocks. Whoa! Dave's riding off the road again.
The guys' first stop was in Rotorua, where they were amazed by the sight of boiling mud pools, hot water spouting out of the ground, and colorful silica terraces. The entire town is built around these amazing hot mud pools and offers many wonderful photo opportunities of this freak of nature. Next, the guys visited the Maori Arts and Crafts Institute.
This is a lot easier to spell than it is to say. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Many fine crafts and statues are made by the Maori people, and most are offered for sale. No other Polynesian culture has produced such elaborate arts. They are expressions of tribal dignity and visible proof of pride in a remarkable ancestry. A very interesting zoo was our guy's next stop outside of Rotorua, and of course Dave was fascinated with the cats.
Look at the way these pine trees are working here. There's a solid trunk, and they split up into a bunch of smaller trunks further up. This one's got breaks into two, and each one of those break into two more. Then they break up into two more up there, like telephone pole size.
Yeah.
We've been seeing these pine trees all over the highway as we've been driving around, but boy, you have no idea how big they are until you get right down next to them. This one here is probably 3 feet, it's a good 3 feet across.
I found a nice little fishing hole. Holy mackerel. I bet even Rob could catch one here.
This was driving down the road. What are them?
Brown trout. The older ones have the big spots. Oh yeah!
Looks like a Maui.
We seen these last night. These wallabies. We were driving, you were sleeping in the back seat. Take a look at them. They're all over that road that we cut across the country with. Them are wallabies. We seen them all over in the pastures last night. Like a little kangaroo.
This pair of lions were really hamming it up for the camera. They may look gentle, but a house cat they weren't. Well, so much for sightseeing. The following morning, myself, Frank Durr, and the rest of the hunting party arrived at the North Palmerston Airport. We had been in the air for some 15 hours from LA.
2 days, 27 hours, whatever it was.
Shortly after arriving at North Palmerston, we met our host, Shane Quinn and crew, from Alpine Hunting Adventures.
What do you think? Look at it, shall we? How you doing, huh?
After collecting our luggage, we loaded them into Shane's pickup and headed out on a 2-hour journey through the winding hills and mountains to Shane's lodge. Along the way, the hillsides were dotted with sheep. Arriving at the lodge, we were all amazed at the beauty of the view from our bedrooms. Breathtaking to say the least.
Absolutely real.
Oh, and then this neat picture window here to take it all away.
After unpacking, we sighted in our guns despite a rainstorm. Happy everything was set for morning, we retired to a much more comfortable lodge and a gourmet meal prepared by Michelle, fit for a king.
Well, he's the good hunter and good friends. All right. Cheers.
All right, yeah.
After a great meal, setting down to relax put me right to sleep. Not only me, but the family dog also had a full stomach, and both of us were dreaming of the big red stags awaiting us in the morning. The following morning, before we headed out hunting, I had a chance to talk with Shane Quinn, our host from Alpine Hunting Adventures. We're here with Shane Quinn, the owner of Alpine Hunting Adventures, and Shane, we hope for a great week here this week. Tell us what we can expect. What's going to happen?
Well, hopefully we're going to see some stags roaring. You're going to see a lot of big trophy red stags. You're going to see some really big wapiti, some big sika, some big fallow, feral goats and feral sheep. So if we get a bit of luck with the weather and a bit of luck with the hunting, we're going to get some good trophies.
Well, you know, the weather's probably not going to be too good. You've heard of trout weather now, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, why don't we explain a little bit? I know a lot of people probably don't know what a red stag is. Tell us about it.
A red stag is basically the smaller cousin to an elk.
Okay.
It's got the same Latin name, which is Cervus elephas, as what your American elk have, but they're just a little bit smaller. They're halfway between, in size, they're halfway between a mule deer and an elk, and their antlers tend to be more palmated or have more points than an elk does, but over the course of the week you're going to see what a good red stag looks like. There's no question about that.
That's good. Now tell me, this roar thing, I don't understand that. We haven't been out there. Is it like the rut, or?
It's the same. It's the bugle. It's the same as the bugle and the elk. It's the roar with the red stags. It's the rut, you know. It's the rut.
And they're actually going to just lift their head up like an elk and roar, eh?
Yes, you're going to see some of that.
I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of it.
Hear a lot of it too. Hopefully we're going to stalk you up on a roaring stag to see if you can take a roaring stag.
Well, that would be neat. In other words, you're going to try, well, I'd love to shoot one when he was roaring. That's what we're trying to do, eh?
That's what we intend to do. A nice trophy when he's roaring.
Okay, I see. You know, you got a beautiful place. We haven't been out too much yet. Just took a little ride around. But how many acres are here? What's
We hunt 5,000 acres. Plus, we've got access to a whole, you know, a lot more land. But basically, we hunt 5,000 acres of our own, and then have access to as much other land as we need to hunt. But we've got as good animals here as you're going to find anywhere in New Zealand. And in fact, our red stag hunting is the best you're going to find anywhere in the world.
We've been out scouting a little bit. We just got here today, but we've seen some monsters already, and it looks really exciting. They're really big. I didn't realize they were that big. They weigh, what, 400 pounds or better, wouldn't they?
And prior to the rut, before they start losing all their weight, they're up over 500 pounds. This time of the year, they're back down to, you know, 450. So they're pretty decent-sized animals, and they're going to take a lot of stopping. You know, you're going to be surprised. Very few of you are going to put one down with one shot. They're going to be dead on their feet, but they just don't know it, you know.
I see, I see. And I suppose we're going to be climbing a lot of, I call them mountains, you call them molehills, but we're from Michigan, but we're going to do a lot of climbing.
I think you flatlanders are going to feel it this week.
Because that's where they tend to be, a lot of these animals.
Up on the side hills and stuff like that, so you know, you want to be in reasonable shape to come down here to really get the most out of a, you know, a New Zealand hunt.
Plus the altitude is way different. How far?
We're at, our lodge is at 2,500 feet, which isn't high by the standard of the Rockies, but we hunt up to 4,500, 5,000 feet during the course of a day.
Boy, oh boy. The other nice thing that I want to bring out here before anybody starts yelling and hollering, hunter's orange you don't need over here at all. It's totally...
green and camouflage is what we like to see.
Because in Michigan, you know, we have to wear that orange, and so before anybody starts calling me and saying, where's your orange, we don't need it over here.
No, you don't need orange. I feel sorry for you guys having to walk around in all those psychedelic colours.
Well, I can imagine these stags would see that a mile away. What we've seen so far in just a little bit of riding around is they see and they're gone.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know how you ever get a whitetail dressed up like that, but you guys must be good hunters.
Well, I think the main thing over there is that, you know, we have so many hunters. This is a key that I see here. Our group has this whole 5,000 acres to ourselves.
Yeah.
And where we get in Michigan, you know, there's many people on there. But that's the way you do it. One group comes in at a time, and if there's just two people, they have the whole place to themselves.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, that's nice.
So we're pretty exclusive in that respect, that when a group comes in, you get the sole attention of all the guides, myself and Michelle, and you know, we try and go the whole 9 yards for our hunters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you can accommodate how many hunters at one time?
Well, really, 4 hunters is probably plenty for us to have, and make certain everyone's getting top quality animals. So 4 hunters at once. We can go over that a wee bit, but that's the you know, ultimate group size we like to have.
Yeah, we have a few more than that, but
I think we'll do okay. Don't worry.
And the food, you tell me, is second to none. Michelle's a good cook, good food.
Well, it's gourmet cooking, you know. You'll find out.
Well, I don't need any more weight, though.
Well, Michelle will be disappointed if you've lost weight by the time you leave.
But on the guide situation, it's basically one guide for one guy, is that right? Or?
One-on-one. Often people, we've got such an abundance of game, often people would rather hunt 2-on-1 so they can see their buddies getting animals and they can share in the stalks and share in the adventure. But often when we do that, you've got 2 guides and 2 hunters hunting in one group. It's not necessary to actually have to go out and hunt by yourself for the whole course of a week to make certain you get your animals. You're going to get your animals hunting 2 on 2, and you're going to experience 2 or 3 kills that way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the stalks and the stuff that goes with it.
Well, it's certainly, from what we saw in our short ride, game rich around here. Boy, it's just all over the place. Beautiful country, but they can be anywhere in these mountains, and most of it is mountains.
Yeah. As you can see in our backdrop here, it's you you know, it's pretty picturesque scenery.
Oh, it sure is. It's beautiful. We haven't had much of a chance to even go down there. We just got here, though. There is some fishing here.
Yeah. We've got a nice river. We've got 3 miles of the Rangitikei River, which is one of the very best trophy trout fishing rivers in New Zealand. You're not going to catch a lot of trout in it, but the trout you do catch are going to be big, like minimum of 5-pound rainbows or browns or better. You know, a good day you're going to hook 2 or 3, maybe 4, but we're also 2.5 hours from Lake Taupo, which is another fly fisherman's mecca up there. You know, we've got the Tongariro River. So if people want to come and do a bit of fishing as well as hunting, we can certainly accommodate that.
Well, as far as getting here, you know, we took northwest to LA, which is pretty common, I guess. And then you get on Air New Zealand to Auckland, and Auckland to Palmerston North, and you picked us up there.
You've also got, you can also fly down on United or Qantas. So it's 12 hours from LA, and when you think about it, it isn't as long as what a lot of guys drive to go bear hunting or go deer hunting. You know, it's going to, anywhere in the United States, you're going to be here on the ranch within 24 hours of leaving.
That's true, and it was amazing. Actually, we slept a lot of the way on the plane, so it wasn't quite as bad as we anticipated. I've never been on a plane that long, but it's not that bad.
No, it's not too bad, especially if you get settled into your seat and have a few drinks and lay back and relax, you know.
Well, I think we did that pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just about ready to go out, and we're going to get ready to go hunting, aren't we?
I think we just about should do that, don't you?
I saw that one roaring, and I'm ready to go.
Let's go and see what we can do.
Thanks, Shane.
Well, after what seemed like weeks of travel, we were finally ready to go hunting. And what an animal these red stags are.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, Shane, I think the rain's going to quit here finally. It's the first day. We're all excited. We're going to try to get out there and do some hunting. What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to split up in a couple of groups this morning. We can't hunt a lot of our higher country because it's covered in cloud. I think if we hunt there in this weather, we'll just ruin it for later on. So we're just going to split up and go and have a look around. Basically, just get the lie of the country, see a few animals, and get everyone's eye tuned into what we're looking for. Hopefully this cloud and crap will lift in the next hour or two. And
you haven't heard of trout weather, have you? These guys have. When trout comes somewhere, it rains. Now, it hadn't rained for 3 weeks till we got here yesterday,
no,
right?
It hadn't rained for 3 weeks, and now we've got a heap of it. But anyway, we'll be right.
All right,
let's go and find some animals.
All right, let's do it. You guys ready? Let's do it. Actually, our first animal taken was a beautiful wapiti that Art Corson just couldn't pass on, despite the extremely rainy weather. Guide Ian was roaring for stag when the monster wapiti got interested. After watching the wapiti go out of sight, Art decided to stalk closer for a shot. The big bull was hiding in the thick cover, and Art couldn't get a good shot. Finally, the bull came charging out to the call, and Art got his chance.
Well, there he is, up in there. Let's have a look at him. Well, I can see some tines, plenty of them. Get up, shoot there. Sure he's dead here. Down. Oh. Let's have a look at him. Ooh, what? Oh, jeez. He's bloody huge. There's the trophy. Get on you. Jeez, look at the tines. Wow. See, New Zealand
That's the wapiti.
red wapiti.
That's our wapiti.
Wow.
He's big too to move, isn't he?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
8.
And another.
Yeah, I thought he was 8 by 7.
Oh, that's a royal.
Shit, he's got some timber. Look at this.
Size, isn't he? Wow.
Can't put my hand around.
Our guides, Ian and Bruce, dragged for all they were worth to move this huge animal.
What size is he, Art?
7 by 8. 7 by 8.
Royal Plus.
What a wapiti.
Oh, am I ever impressed with that bull?
Below the equator and everything.
Right. Fantastic.
Oh,
Oh man. Thank you guys.
I saw him fold up when Art dropped him. I tell you, that was a beautiful sight.
He absorbed that first one without a flicker, didn't he? Through the lungs, didn't bother him a bit. He just ate it up.
They're a tough animal.
Yep.
Oh, what? How impressive.
Well, let's get back to the hacienda. It's about a 5-mile walk.
Oh boy. I hope we don't have to climb that mountain back up.
With him on your back.
Yeah, so buddy, he's down in the canyon all right, and high mountains above.
The only way to move a huge animal like this wapiti was by four-wheeler and cart, and the guys loaded it up and headed back to the 5-mile trek to camp. Arriving back at camp, I had a chance to get a good look at this great wapiti and talk to Art about his trophy. We're here with Art Corson, and Art, this is the first morning. I thought you were going to wait, but I understand why you didn't now. This is, what, a 7 by 8?
7 by 8, yes. It was about the 15th one we had seen, and I couldn't pass him up. It was just too much.
15th wapiti?
Yes, yes. We even saw one I think was bigger than this. Wider, probably. But this is pretty hard to pass up.
Yeah, I would say so. First morning or not, right?
Right.
We might want to explain that a wapiti is the same thing as an elk, and this is what you came after, isn't it?
Yes, I thought if I could get a big one like this, I would opt for this rather than red deer.
Well, why don't you tell us a story real quickly?
Well, we were on top of probably one of the highest mountains around here, and he was walking along the bottom, and we tried to size him up, and my guide said he thought he was an exceptionally good one, so we wanted a closer look on him, and we tracked down, and we were probably within about 150 yards of him, but he was walking, and we couldn't get the camera in on him, and I couldn't really get a good look at the top, so we passed him up, and he said he'll be over the hill. Well, we got over the hill, and he was nowhere in sight. And we heard some red deer fighting, so we tried to pick those up. We couldn't find them, so we picked up this trail again, went over the hill, and my guide said he was about 300 meters out, and we walked around, we could see him, and he was walking in his heavy black timber, and we took about a half hour. We got up there, and he was just, we got in with maybe 150 yards, and he was just, his head was covered up, but we could see where he was with the body, and we got up there, and my guide said, that's a good one. So I took a shot at him, and first shot, he was just like nothing happened. He walked up out of the black brush, or black timber, and that's where I got the next shot, and he dropped him right there.
That's great. So he was, a couple hundred yards out then, eh?
Oh, no, I don't, about 150 at best, probably. Okay. At best, yeah. And, of course, it was raining, dark. It looked a little further than what he really was, so.
Well, we're going to score him a little while here, but Shane thinks he's in the 330 area, and so do I. This is a real nice one, and I'm sure you're happy with it. And you're not done, are you?
No, probably done with the money, but I'm going to have to shoot another goat or something, at least. Something else. It'd be hard to pass up a big red deer, but I don't think I can afford it.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Pretty fresh stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Still just about wiggling.
I think so. Art got us lunch, eh?
Yep. We wouldn't have had nothing to eat for lunch, but anything for
Yeah, it's just wiggling a little bit when you put it on there. That's the way we like it. Yes, sir.
That should be good.
Smells good. Thank you.
Smell.
Folks, next week we'll be taking you on a red stag hunt that you just won't believe with Alpine Hunting Adventures on New Zealand's North Island. The stag hunting is some of the best in the world, and while we were on our week-long hunt, we saw literally dozens and dozens of trophy red stag. Many of them were roaring and in the rut, and made for some very challenging hunting, as well as downright scary. While my trophy stag was taken while roaring and guarding over his 30 or so hinds or does, cameraman Kevin Anthony's stag actually charged us when upset over losing a fight seconds earlier. It's one time I had the camera in my hand instead of a gun and somehow managed to keep the camera steady. That's trusting Kevin's shooting ability, I'll tell you that. However, 30 feet or so is just a bit too close for a huge upset stag who had only one thing on his mind, our hides. Be sure and stay tuned next week for this one-of-a-kind fabulous hunt. Until then, I'm Rob Trott saying, enjoy the Great Lakes outdoors.